We need to get started here. Again, please power off your robots. Coaches, if we could get a little help in back there. You're welcome to stay seated on the stage in back, but let's get it nice and quiet and make sure we can hear everything that's going on. There's still some empty seats up in front. Feel free to move up. Okay. All right, so welcome. How are we doing this morning? How are we doing this morning? Okay. You've accomplished the hardest part of the morning, which is getting here safe and dry. The rest of the morning, I think, will go pretty smoothly. When we met in October, we said we're going to have 4 sessions here. So this is number 2. You'll each have 4 matches like we did last time. There's a couple of things that are going to be different though. So one thing is you might have noticed an extra field in the back of the cafeteria. That's our skills field. And if you've never tried skills before, it's sort of like a single competition where you driving alone can see how many points you get. You get up to 3 tries driver control, 3 tries autonomous if there's enough time for it. And then we'll keep track as we go through the rest of our events. And there will be like special trophies at the end and being able to move on to state for our skills winners. So in between your matches, please make sure you get to the back there and get your name on the list for the skills competition. Speaking of the skills field, guys, can we turn off that robot, please? On the skills field, let's turn off the robots. Okay, so that's one thing that's new. Then the other things we need to talk about real quick. Last time we were fortunate to have our Stauffer 6th graders helping us with field reset. Unfortunately, they're not available this time. So here's what we need your help with. As soon as your match is over, and you've okayed the score and told the scorekeepers you're okay, shake hands with your opponents in your alliance. But then please make sure one person stays to help us with field reset. We've got to get through 44 matches this morning, and so we really need everyone's help keeping that going. So one person slips off shoes, helps us reset the field. Also, when it's your turn to get on the field, make sure you check that everything's in the right place, because once the matches start, we can't go back and say, oh, we got to move this cube or something like that. So it's on you to check as you're getting your robot onto the field. Finally, could I see a show of hands? How many of you have had something go wrong with your robots this season? Okay. All right. So just a reminder, robotics is all about teamwork, learning from failure, being supportive of each other when we make mistakes, when things don't go right. So please keep that in mind as we go through the morning. The most important thing is that growth mindset and being able to do just a little bit better the next time. Okay, I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Johnson if he's available. We'll go over a couple of rules reminders, and then we'll get started.
All right, happy Saturday. Nice rainy Saturday. All right, guys, we won't need too long, but if we could quiet down, there we go. So we have our day 2 of the Rio Hondo League today, so I'm excited. Hopefully robots are starting to improve, get better. Autonomouses are improving, getting better. Remember, this league is all about growth. The goal is by January to have a really good robot. If it's not good now, you just play the game, you have fun, you play good defense, and keep improving that robot over the season. It's all about the engineering design process. As far as rules go, we know the rules. A couple things to consider. We need to keep the queuing going. Like Mr. Ormseth said, we had 44 teams, 44 teams, 4 matches each. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff going on. And so it's important. We should always have, for like, this is the field 1 over here. So the odd matches are over here. Field 2, even matches over here. There should always be 4 teams on the field. And then the next 4 should always be at the queuing station. And then the 4 after that should be heading over here. So we want to keep that going. And then make sure we clean up after your match. We reset the field. Don't forget safety glasses and the right color license plates. We don't want to get bogged down because you have to go find blue when you're red and vice versa, or safety goggles. Remember, safety goggles or glasses are okay. As far as rules go, keep in mind we got our 15-second autonomous. All rules apply during autonomous. No crossing the center line during autonomous. And that's for 10-point bonus. We have our autonomous win point. To get the autonomous win point, how many blocks do you need to score? 7, right? How many different goals? 3, right? So 3 different goals, 7 blocks. You have to clear how many loaders? Actually, just take 3 out, right? 3 out of 1 loader. So take 3 out, and then both teams have to leave, can't be touching the parking area that you start in, right? So you need to, if you do that, let them know, because that counts as a win and a half instead of just a win. So a normal win is worth 2 win points. That would be 3 win points if you get the autonomous win point. Let's see. Remember, no match loading. You want to double check the blocks, you guys. In the game, how many preloads do you get? 1. Make sure you have it. It should be touching your robot or inside your robot. How many match loads? 6 and 6, or 12 total. It could be, you don't have to do it 6 and 6. You can share or whatever. But 12 total. So double check the numbers. Make sure the field is set up right, especially because we don't have our awesome shadows from Stauffer, who did a great job last time of making sure the fields were perfect. You know, you just want to make sure things are in the right place. Hopefully by now you know the game well enough that you know how to set it up. Remember, holding. No trapping, pinning, holding for more than what? 3 seconds. Remember, that's a new rule this year. You got 3 seconds. At the end of 3 seconds, that will be a penalty. Once you leave, if you leave within the 3 seconds, how long do you have to be gone for? 5 seconds and at least 2 feet, 1 tile, right? So just make sure because there's a lot of defense being played. Once the ref starts counting, you need to work on clearing out, giving them an avenue for escape. Keep in mind, just because someone's pushing you around does not mean you're being trapped or pinned or held. There's going to be a lot of defense being played. It's if you are restricted from moving at all because you're pinned against the wall or you're pinned against a game element, let the ref know if you think you're being trapped, and they can start the countdown. They're going to try to notice, but there's a lot going on in a match. Remember, parking. Last 20 seconds, the parking area is protected. If a robot is trying to park and you bump into them as they're trying to park and get on the thing, that counts as parked for them. So they get the 8 points. I'm going to do a little research on this, but let's say a robot was parked and a second robot was going to try to park and you bumped in and prevented them from parking. Would that get them the double park? Any coaches, would that be a double park? One robot's parked, the other one's going and starting to get on, and then the team bumps them. So we'll think about that one, but it hasn't come up. Most of our teams can't really double park that well at this point, but we'll look into that one. But just make sure you're not bumping robots around the park zone last 20 seconds of the match. Let's see. Other than that, I think make sure we're being respectful after matches. Shake hands, congratulate, tell your teammates good job. As teammates, what I like to see is teams working together. What I hate to see is two teams in a match that are alliance partners and they never speak to each other. You guys should be talking strategy. If you have one robot that can score really good, the other robot could go protect them and play some defense. It's kind of like basketball when you set a screen for Stephen Curry so he can hit that three. If you know he can shoot the ball well, the person setting the screens is just as important. So play good defense, but also play smart, work as teams. Any questions? Because we're going to get things rolling. Any quick last minute questions? Mr. Lay, our head ref, is over there. If you have any questions regarding the score or matches, make sure you communicate with him. It has to be not your coach, a representative from your team. So you guys, you can cause blocks to fall out, you can push them out, long as you're not latching onto the goals and stuff. Yes. Any other last minute questions? Do we have match schedules? Yes. Okay. So real quick, in a second, send one person from your team to get a match schedule. Field 1 over here. Teams 94773C and 43125D are here on red. Team 91625M and 9078Y, you are on blue. Over here on field 2, on red, we have 2822C and 9413D. And on blue, we have 91625G and 51521B. So go ahead and load field 2, field 3, and then 3 should be over there, and match 4 should be over there. So good luck today, guys. Have fun.
Welcome to the 2024-2025 VEX V. Welcome to the 2024-2025 VEX V5 Robotics Competition and this year's game, High Stakes. High Stakes is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by two alliances, one red and one blue, made up of two teams each. The game's primary scoring object is a plastic ring. Rings have an outer diameter of 7 inches, an inner diameter of 3 inches, and a thickness of 2 inches. There are 48 rings on the field, 24 red and 24 blue. There are also 5 hexagonal mobile.
Okay, blue won the autonomous round, and red and blue robot are clashing into one another. Okay, I think one of the blue teams is going for defense and attacking all the red robots. Blue team is ganging up on the red team. No one is trying to make another point, but they just keep clashing into one another. Oh, blue team got another. Red team's wheel has fallen off. A lot of chaos happening. Blue team got more points in the middle goal. Blue team is on the lead so far with 50 seconds in. Red team has not scored a point yet. Blue is trying their best to ravage for more points, but red team is struggling. Part of red team is left defenseless, while blue team is trying to find more balls as they can. Part of blue team is trying to defend. With 20 seconds left, blue team is winning. Part of red team is able to move, however, the wheel is still not there. Blue team is parking.
Guys, one of your team members needs to stay and pick up, please. You're leaving. You're leaving. You gotta stay and pick up.
You're saying a good game.
Qualification 2 on the Red Alliance is 2822C, Spartan Designed Capybaras, and 9413D, Team Invincible. On the Blue Alliance, it's 91625G, Brea Bobcats Crispy Tomatoes, and 51521B, Mid-Judder Nuggets.
Are robots integrate?
Red has won the autonomous round, and now both teams struggle to get a ball into the goal. Fight to get a ball into the goal. There's a lot of clashing on the red side and defensive play. Blue and red team are crashing in the corner, while red is trying to get a goal into the long goal with blue defending it. They keep fighting. There's a lot of defensive play in this round, with red struggling to get goals into the goal because of the blue defense. I know. Both teams have not been able to score into the goal. Red was able to score 2 goals into the long goal. Red is able to get another block into the long goal, leading them into the other in the lead. With 20 seconds remaining, both teams are trying to score while red's stuck in the red team's parking zone. Red is winning with 2 balls in the long goal and 1 in the middle bottom goal.
Don't forget, once you receive your score, shake hands with the other opponent and don't forget to help set up for the next round, please.
Leon, name.
Blue has successfully won the autonomous round, and part of red and blue team alliance is clashing into one another, playing defense. Red team has successfully made a point in. Blue has made 3 more. Blue team is successfully getting more balls in, and red is trying to defend from others. It seems that red's robot is a little stuck on trying to get a ball in the goal. Blue team's partner is trying to rack up more balls while the other is defending the goal. Red team is trying to get the ball in, but they are unsuccessful. They made 2 balls. Red team has made 2 balls in the middle goal. It seems that each of the robots are trying to get points from themselves. No one is attacking or defending yet. Blue team has gotten more successful in almost filling up half the top goal. Blue team is on a roll while red team is still left a little. With almost 5 seconds left, blue team has parked and red team is almost not.
Qualification 4 on the Red Alliance is 2822D, Spartan Design Disney's, and 68689X, Fantastic Four. In the Blue Alliance, it's 2822E, Spartan Design Excalibur, and 8989 68689J, LeBron James. Red has won the autonomous round, and now both teams try to get balls into their goal. Both teams are trying to get balls out of the, what is that called? Red team has scored the majority of goals with blue scoring 0. Both teams trying to defend themselves while blue team is stuck. Red team has been able to successfully score goals, and blue has scored 1 goal into the lower. Red team has been able to successfully get more goals into the, and as red team is winning with the majority. Both blue team's robots have gotten stuck in the corner, unfortunately. While red is trying to get more balls into their chute and out, and to score. The blue team's robot was able to get unstuck. With only 20 seconds remaining, red team is trying to defend from blue. Both teams attempting to park. And red was able to park. Blue and red were able to park successfully.
Welcome to the 2025-2026 VEX V5 Robotics Competition. Welcome to the 2025-2026 VEX V5 Robotics Competition. And this year's game, Pushback. Pushback is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by 2 alliances, 1 red and 1 blue, made up of 2 teams each. The primary scoring object is a plastic block. Blocks have 18 sides and measure approximately 3 1/4 inches from any flat surface to its opposite flat surface. There are a total of 88 blocks in each match, 44 red and 44 blue. Blocks can be
Blue has won the autonomous round, and it seems that part of red team's partner is trying to defend while the other is trying to ravage for more blocks. And blue team is successful in getting 4 balls in the long goal. Blue is clashing into a red team. Part of Blue's alliance is trying to refrain from red from putting a block in the goal, while the other team is getting more blocks in the goal. Blue is winning so far. Blue won't let red put blocks in any goal so far. I think that's a shot. While red is trying their best to get a block in, red's partner is defense. They're not moving. Red's partner is trying to park while red is defending itself from blue. With 20 seconds in, blue team is winning so far with red's partner already in their parking space. Each team is in their parking space while the others are still trying to ravage for more blocks in their goal. With 5 seconds in, blue team is on the lead.
Welcome to the 2025-2026 VEX V5 Robotics Competition. And this year's game, Pushback. Pushback is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by two alliances, one red and one blue, made up of two teams each. The primary scoring object is a plastic block. Blocks have 18 sides and measure approximately 3 1/4 inches from any flat surface to its opposite flat surface. There are a total of 88 blocks in each match, 44 red and 44 blue. Blocks can be obtained either from their field starting locations or from one of the 4 loaders that begin pre-populated with 6 blocks each, 3 of each color. There are 4 scoring locations in Pushback, 2 long goals, 1 on each side of the field, and 2 center goals, an upper and a lower. All 4 scoring locations can be used by either alliance. Points are scored by placing blocks inside of goals. Each block scored is worth 3 points. Long goals are capable of holding up to 15 blocks, while center goals can only hold up to 7 blocks. Once a goal is full, scoring a block into one side forces a block out of the opposite side. The alliance with the most blocks in the center section of each long goal will receive a control bonus worth 10 points. But that's not all. Additional control bonuses will also be awarded to the alliance that fills the majority of the upper or lower center goals. All 4 robots must begin the match with 1 block as a preload. Matches begin with a 15-second autonomous period where robots operate without input from their drivers and must stay on their side of the autonomous line. Alliances have the opportunity to earn an autonomous win point by completing a specific set of tasks during the autonomous period. The 1-minute, 45-second driver control period begins once the autonomous bonus winner has been determined. In Pushback, there are no possession limits. Robots are free to possess as many blocks as they please, of either color. At the end of the match, teams can earn additional points by positioning a robot within their alliance's parking zone. One robot inside of the zone receives 8 points. Alliances that are able to fit both of their robots inside the parking zone will receive 30 points. Pushback can also be played in Robot Skills Challenges, the collegiate level VEX U Robotics Competition, and the VEX AI Robotics Competition. Check out the game manual for more details. Official rules and game information for Pushback can be found at vexrobotics.com. To register a team, find events near you, or ask a question on the official Q&A, please visit robotevents.com. Good luck and have a great season.
Red was able to win the autonomous round with 1 block into the goal. Both teams are trying to get blocks into their goals, and red is successful with blue showing defense and shoving it out the way. However, on the other side, red is able to get 2 more blocks into the other court, and red and blue keep flashing into the corner. Two robots on both teams are playing defense, while the other 2 robots are prioritizing scoring goals. Now both robots on the blue team are playing defense, and the red and blue team have been entangled and are trying to get unstuck. With 20 seconds remaining, red and blue team are entangled, while the other two robots are trying to get ball into the goal. So far, red has 2 blocks, while blue has 1. Both teams trying apart, with blue only being the one successful.
For qualification 7, for Red Alliance, we have 9413E, the 6'7 Monkey Tears. 9413C, the Raising Caners. For Blue Alliance, we have 94138, the Jolly Bees. 2822B, Spartan Design Blackhawks. We have an anonymous tie. Both teams are moving at a slow pace. Red team has almost gotten a block in the goal. Blue team has successfully gotten 2 blocks in, being in the lead so far. Red has gotten another. Each blue and red partners are trying to get a block in their goal, while the others are trying to do the same thing. No one's defending yet. Oh, blue and red are trying to attack one another. While this match is moving a little peacefully, each team is almost on a tie right now. Blue and red team are clashing in one another, trying to defend. Now blue team is trying to defend themselves while the other partner is getting more blocks in their goal. Red team is just minding their own business and trying to get as much blocks as they can. 20 seconds left, and it looks like a tie so far. Maybe red is in the lead. Oh, red is in the lead. They've gotten more blocks in the long goal. 8 seconds in, blue team and red are apart.
In qualification 8, on the Red Alliance is 10301A, Rainstorm, and 10301B, Nightspeed. On the Blue Alliance is 9413B, the Taternators, and 9078X, the Rovengers.
Jason. Jason.
So that's part of the reason I lost it.
You can't drive like that. We're gonna see if we can either fix it or Alright, red line, you guys ready?
I feel better now.
On in 3, 2, 1. Driver, 3, 2, 1.
Red was able to secure the win for the autonomous round. Red is also able to get a few more blocks into the goals, while blue is also trying to score. On the Red Alliance, they are dropping a lot of blocks into the the loaders. The red and blue team are clashing in the corner, while red trying to defend itself from blue. Red is winning with majority balls into the majority balls into the goals. All teams are prioritizing getting more blocks into the goals, while blue is also trying to prevent red from getting more blocks in. Again, both teams are prioritizing getting more blocks into their goals, while red is defending itself from blue. With 20 seconds left, both teams are still, while blue is trying to park, the red team is still trying to get more blocks into their goal. Both teams are able to park, with red with the majority of blocks into their goals.
With qualification 9, Red Alliance 68689Z, the Pateo. 94773B, Rancho Starbucks. In Blue Alliance, we have 91625H, Brea Bobcats, Cachao. 10301C, Knights C. Red has won the autonomous round. Red has successfully got a point on the long goal. Blue team is staying very still. Red is trying to defend. I think red partner is stuck. They're unable to move while the other is trying to defend. Blue is trying their best to get a block in the goal. Blue's license plate has come off, but they're still going. They're trying to load as many blocks as possible. Red's partner is still unresponsive. Red is still thriving and trying to score as many blocks as possible. Blue team has successfully gotten another block in the goal. This round is moving peacefully so far. Red is trying to defend, trying to block blue from getting more blocks in. While blue's partner is getting more blocks in the goal, 20 seconds remaining. Red has not gotten more blocks. I think red's purpose right now is trying to refrain from blue getting any more blocks in. Blue team is trying to park, but they can't. Red is successfully parked.
I told them, like, they're waiting over there until, like, all four of them, like, now have the three things set up so that one can just kind of
In qualifications 10, on the Red Alliance is 84949B, 84, okay, and 43125C Eagles. On the Blue Alliance is 68689B and 51521E Mainro.
opportunities for a lot of teams, so it's really it's worth it.
Red Alliance, you guys ready?
I guess for I'd rather give more teams opportunities than do the four instead of five opportunities.
Alright. And Blue Alliance, get ready? Auto in 3, 2, 1.
How's your ready stuff going on? Changing minds? Changing minds?
When you got time, man. Driving control, 3, 2, 1.
Blue has won the autonomous round, and blue is defending from red while blue is able to score more blocks into the long goal. Red is able to score some blocks into the goal while blue is also getting many balls out of their loader. Oh, red is blocking blue from making more movements. Red has gotten stuck under the long goal while blue are prioritizing getting more blocks into their goal, and red is trying to help their other teammate from getting unstuck. Blue is at an advantage as they are able to score more goals without getting defended from red. Red was able to help their teammate get unstuck while blue has the majority blocked in their goals. Red is trying to defend blue from getting more blocks into their goal, while the other two robots are trying to get more blocks. Blue is able to get more blocks from their loader. With 20 seconds left, both teams are still trying to get more blocks in their goal. Red is trying to park, but no one has successfully parked. Blue is able to park.
Their job a lot of times depends on is it going up, is it going down. I mean, you look at most schools, assessment scores on state testing, it's like you don't really see a whole lot of movement, at least at our school and the ones I've checked comparison.
In qualification 11, for Red Alliance, we have 43125E Eagles, 94773A Rancho Starbucks. For Blue Alliance, we have 51521D Reckless Drivers, 84949Y, 84949Y.
I mean, maybe not at the rigor of the Common Core assessment because it's so early, it's so weird, and selectable, and it's just like, I don't know if I don't know, it's just, to me it's frustrating. I just don't think that should be the be-all, end-all of what the opportunities we're providing kids to like do project-based learning, to explore concepts, and it won't always show on a state test because kids are what they are. And I don't know, it gets me so frustrated. They don't see
Please help me.
how if the kid does poorly on that, we're making him do it 4 times a year. And every time they do poorly, then eventually they just stop trying. What incentive do they have? Yeah, we give them a junior high and they've had 5 years. And they just I don't know, it is what it is. It's supposedly a really good assessment system. And then I was trying to and he's like, you should be using diagnostics and your PLCs. I'm like, so if I'm teaching them Math 7, Math 7 is well, I know, like, at our school, 40% don't meet or exceed. In Math 7, that's the 40%. 50-60% Math 7, 8, or algebra. So I have all kids that don't do well in this test. And it's just like, like that diagnostic, if I know this kid is, well, yeah, I mean, if this kid's 3rd grade in geometry, or 5th grade in algebra and expressions, and 4th grade.
Red has won the autonomous round with a block already in the goal. Blue has gotten 2 balls in the goals so far. Red team's partner is trying to gather up some blocks at the moment. Blue team is doing nothing at the moment. Oh, they're loading blocks into the goal. They have successfully filled the bottom middle goal. Okay. Battery has disconnected from blue team's robot. With red's partner trying to load up on red blocks. Red is trying to defend. With blue team's partner unresponsive due to a battery loss, blue team is trying their best to defend and gather up as many blocks as they can. Red partner is stuck in parking lot, while red is slowly trying to gather up its blocks. Blue team has unfortunately got two blocks out of the goal. With almost 10 seconds left, red team has already parked while blue is trying to scavenge more blocks into the goal. Red team is trying to block, but is unsuccessful.
In qualification 12, on the Red Alliance is 84949C, 84949C, and 68689J, Jabron James. On the Blue Alliance is 9413D, Team Invincible, and 94773C, Rancho Starbots. Blue was able to win the autonomous round with ball hog in the short goal. Both teams are tied with one block in each goal, while both teams are trying to score, while the red team is playing defense from the blue. Both teams defending each other and their goals. Red team appears to be stuck with the other teammate trying to help them out. The other blue team also appears to be stuck and disconnected. The other blue team is unable to move as both teams are seemingly stuck and trying Thanks, bro. With one of the blue team's robots being disconnected and the other one struggling to get out of a corner, the red team has the advantage as both robots are free. With 20 seconds remaining, red goal is in the lead. Red team is in the lead with 5 blocks in the lower goal. Red team is attempting to park while blue is unable from being stuck.
Okay. Just a reminder, in between matches, if any teams want to try out the skills field while you're waiting, feel free. In qualification 13 for Red Alliance, we have 2822A Spartan Design Leonites, 9078Y Super Y, Blue Alliance 9413E the 67 Monkey Tears, 9413B the Tater Naders. Red has successfully won the autonomous round with 3 blocks in the middle goal. Blue team is almost trying to put a block in the long goal, but they were unsuccessful. Red team's partner is trying to refrain from blue getting from the preload zone. Each team are clashing one to on another, and blue team has gotten a couple blocks in. However, red is still in the lead. It is a little chaotic at the moment. Red is trying to defend. Red team's partner are trying to scavenge for more blocks. Red and blue are viciously clashing into one another. Blue team partner is only trying to defend from red from getting other blocks in the goals. Red team is successful so far with almost the middle goal being fully packed with their color. Red is trying to move blue team out of the way. With 15 seconds left, red is on a huge lead so far. Red team won't let blue put any blocks in. With 3 seconds in, both teams are parked.
Just as a reminder to all teams to try the stills, area in between matches. In qualification, in qualification 14, the Red Alliance has 91625H, Brea Bobcats to Chow, and 2822E Spartan Design Excalibur. On the Blue Alliance is 9413C, the Raising Tainers, and 43125D Eagles. With an autonomous tie, both teams are trying to get their blocks into the goal. Blue is successful, while red is trying to get blocks into the lower goal. Both teams are prioritizing getting their own blocks into their goals and not playing much defense. One of the blue team's robots is missing a wheel and is struggling to move around. While most teams are playing defense, the red team is trying to prevent the blue robot from moving around. The blue team struggles to be freed from the red team, but is soon successful. The red team is winning with the majority of blocks in their goals. Red team is trying to deflect from blue getting goals. With blue at a disadvantage with one of their robots not being able to move, they are still fighting with 2 blocks in the long goal. With 20 seconds remaining, both teams are attempting to park, while I think blue is in, or red is in the.
For qualification 15, for Red Alliance, we have 91625G, Brea Bobcats, Crispy Tomatoes, 51521E Mango. For Blue Alliance, we have 43125B Eagles, 10301C Knights C. There has been an autonomous tie. This is looking like a pretty vicious match. Blue team has successfully gotten the blocks in the middle lower goal, while Red's partner is trying to get more red blocks from the loading zone. Blue has successfully gotten more blocks in, being in the lead so far. With almost 1 minute remaining, Blue team's partner has lost a wheel, unable to move. Red team is trying their hardest to get a block in the long goal. Blue team's partner is just staying by their side, help keeping defense for his partner. While blue team's partner is still unresponsive, blue team is still trying to scavenge more blue blocks to win. Blue team lost a tire. With 20 seconds left, blue team is on the lead right now with multiple blocks. Not the score? Oh, with 5 blocks in the middle, and both teams are trying their best to park.
In qualification 16, the Red Alliance, 91625M, Brea Bobcats Midge, and 51521B, Mid-Judder Nuggets. In the Blue Alliance is 43125E, Eagles, and 91625E, Brea Bobcats at Nuke Abu. Red has won the autonomous round with 4 blocks in the long goal. Wow. The other red team, or the other team, red team's partner is playing defense from their blue robot. Red team is successful in getting multiple blocks into their goal. And red has gotten double points because some of their blocks have gone between the 2 white lines. All teams are jumbled up and playing defense. All teams must make sure that they aren't pinning the other team. Both teams are focused on playing defense and making sure the other team is unable to store more blocks in their goal. Although red team has a total of 8 blocks, or now almost 10 blocks into the long goal. With 25 seconds left, the blue team's robot has already parked, while the other red team is trying to defend from the blue team getting more blocks in their goal. Both teams are able to park with red in the lead.
Wait, it's on the other side.
Red team has successfully won the autonomous round with one oh my god, with one block already in the goal. Blue has almost gotten the block inside the goal. Each team is at their own pace, trying to scavenge as many blocks as possible. Red and blue are fighting one another. Half of red and blue's team is on the other side, trying to get more points, while the other are defending one another. Blue is trying to scavenge as much blocks as possible, and red has successfully gotten a point in the top goal. Red is on the lead so far, Red has successfully gotten another block in the long goal. Blue has successfully gotten 4 blocks in the long goal. With 20 seconds left, it is looking like a close tie. Blue team's partner is already parked, while the other red is trying to viciously trying to park on top, but they can't.
Just a reminder to all teams to make sure to try out the skills match in between matches. In qualification 18, the Red Alliance, 51521D Reckless Drivers, and 9078X the Rovengers. On the Blue Alliance is 2822D Spartan Design Disneys and 2822C Spartan Design Capybaras.
Red Alliance, you guys ready? On with 3, 2, 1.
Blue has successfully won the autonomous round, both teams starting off strong with defensive plays. The blue team has prioritized getting most balls into their most blocks into their goals, and are also trying to get more ball blocks out of the loaders. Both teams are trying to be defense, although the red team and the blue team are struggling with entanglement. The blue team was able to take out one of the red team's blocks from the middle upper goal. Red team has unfortunately only been able to make one block in their goal, while blue prioritizes getting most of their blocks from the loader. The red team is trying to defend their goals from the blue team. With only 20 seconds left, the blue team continues to prioritize getting their blocks into the goals, while one of the red team's robot appears to be stalled, while both teams are now starting to park.
For qualification 19, for Red Alliance, we have 94773B Rancho Starbucks, 91625F Brea Bobcats Fried Chicken. Blue Alliance, we have 51521C Dodger Dogs, 10301B Knights B. Just a reminder, in between games, if any teams want to go in the back for their skills round, you can do so. Blue has won the autonomous round and have gotten 4 blocks already in the long goal. Red is closely getting there. Blue team is loading numerous blocks in. Red team has successfully gotten a couple blocks in the long goal. Each team is going their own ways. Oh, blue and red's partner, are clashing into one another. Blue and red's partners are defending one another. Each team is clashing into one another. Both teams are trying their best to. Oh, blue team. Blue team has moved all their blue blocks in the middle, which will get them double points. Almost all the blocks are in the long goals, which is very good. Team red and blue teams are just. Blue and red are clashing into one another, trying to defend, but they're going their own ways. With 20 seconds in, it looks like red is in the lead. Red is trying their best to park while blue team is still collecting blocks.
In qualification 20, the Red Alliance is 68689V Easy and 91625K Brea Bobcats Niti Dolam 67. The Blue Alliance is 94773A Rancho Starbots and 10301A Rainstorm. The blue team was able to get the autonomous win with 2 blocks in 2 separate goals. The blue team is also again successful, getting more blocks in their long goal, while the blue team tries to defend the other red robot. One red robot seems to be stuck under one of the blocks, and their teammate is trying to help them, although the blue team is blocking them from trying to help. The blue team is using this to their advantage as they are able to score more blocks without intervention from the red team. Unfortunately, one of the red team's robot is stuck on top of 3 separate blocks. The blue team is in the lead and is able to score more points as their blocks are within the 2 white lines of the long goal. The red team decided to leave their other teammate due to the short amount of time and is prioritizing now getting blocks into the goal. The blue team, one of the blue team robots is trying to defend from the red while the other prioritizing scoring goals. With 20 seconds left, the blue team is still trying to defend from the red. And now the blue team is trying to park, although is unsuccessful, although the red team has been able to park.
Welcome to the 2025-2026 VEX V5 Robotics Competition, and this year's game, Pushback. Pushback is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by two alliances, one red and one blue, made up of two teams each. The primary scoring object is a plastic block. Blocks have 18 sides and measure approximately 3 1/4 inches from any flat surface.
And 68689X Fantastic 4. The blue alliance is 68689Z Zapateo and 431258 Eagles.
Red has won the autonomous round. Red team is trying to scavenge as much red blocks as they can, while blue team is doing their own thing. Each team has been peaceful so far. Red and blue team are clashing in one another, trying to defend. Blue team is on the lead so far. In the lead so far. With under a minute left, each team is in a tie right now. They're both fighting for the spot. Red team has successfully put 5 blocks in the long goal in one easy swift. Red's team partner is unresponsive at the moment. With under 20 seconds left, red team is in a huge lead so far. Blue team is trying their best to park while red is still unresponsive.
Just a reminder for all teams to please use the stills in between matches. In qualification 22, the Red Alliance is 2822F Spartan Design Fireflies and 2822B Spartan Design Black Hawks. The Blue Alliance is 9078W the Dino Nuggets and 84949B. With an autonomous tie, both teams fight to take the lead. Blue team is defending from red and from getting another block, while the other two robots are trying to get blocks into their goal. Both teams are focusing on defending the other team, although one of the blue robots seems to be stuck between the two goals. The Red Alliance so far is in the lead, as they have 4 blocks in the lower goal. This match so far has been calm. Although one of the blue robots is trying to defend from red getting another block into the goal. One of the red's robots has unfortunately flipped over. With 20 seconds left, both teams must try to now park to get the extra point. The blue team was able to successfully park, while the red team is focusing on getting more blocks into their goal.
In qualification 23, we have on the Red Alliance 9413B, the Tater Naders, 51521B, McJugger Nuggets. For Blue Alliance, we have 43125D, Eagles, 68689J, LeBron James.
In qualification 23, the Red Alliance, 9413B, the Tater Naders, 51521, the McJugger Nuggets. The Blue Alliance, 43125D, Eagles, and 68689J, Jabron James. With an autonomous tie, both teams tried to get balls in blocks into their goal. So far, there's lots of defensive play, preventing either team from getting blocks into their goal. Fortunately, both alliances have been able to get a block into the lower goal, although both teams are also trying to play defense, with the red team successfully able to get one block into their upper goal. Both teams struggle. This game has so far involved lots of defensive play from either side, with each team struggling to get many blocks into their goals. Unfortunately, the Red Alliance's robot has seemingly turned off. With less than 12 seconds remaining, both teams must tread apart. In qualification 24, the Red Alliance, 9413A, the Jolly Bees, and 9078Y Super Y. The Blue Alliance is 84949C and 43125E Eagles. With an autonomous tie, both teams try to get more blocks into their goal. The blue team was successfully able to load 2 blocks during the autonomous tie, and is now able to score 2 blocks into the lower goal. The red team was able to store 1 block into the upper goal, although one of blue's robots seems to be stuck. With one of the blues now focusing on getting more blocks into their goal, the red team also focuses on getting more blocks into their goal as they have an advantage due to the blue's robot. Blue struggles to get more blocks in their goal as both teams focus on getting more blocks into their goal. And now red is playing defense from the blue team for getting more blocks onto their side. With only 20 seconds left, both teams must tread apart. Red team was able to successfully push out some of Blue's team's blocks from the middle goal. Now both teams have been able to part. With qualification 25 on the Red Alliance, 10301A Rainstorm, and 51521C Dodger Dodge. On the Blue Alliance, 43125B Eagles, and 2822D Spartan Design Disneys. As Blue won the autonomous round, both teams now try to score more blocks into their goals. Unfortunately, one of Blue's robots is stuck on a ball. Oh, and now has been freed by one of Red's robots. Red is going to get bonus points due to their red blocks being between the white lines. Fortunately, Red appears to be in the lead with 7 blocks in the goal. Although Blue is struggling to get any blocks into their long goal, Red seems to be continuously loading more in. One of Red's robots seems to be struggling to move around and help with their team to defend from Blue. Blue team has been able to score more, although Red has been able to load more blocks. With 20 seconds remaining, both teams must focus on parking their robots, although there seems to be a lot of defensive from the blue team.
Qualification 26. On the Red Alliance, we have 51521E Mango and 68689Z.
Zapateo.
And on the Blue Alliance, we have 10301B Knightsby and 2822C Spartan Design Capybaras. Blue has won the autonomous. Now every robot is trying to get as much points as they can on the board. Red has. What happened? Blue knocked out some stuff, but they're trying to get an attempt over here to put more points on the board. It seems like Red's alliance robot is currently not moving. Blue is successfully putting more balls on the top bar.
Red, blue has the advantage.
Blue currently has the advantage as Red's other robot is not working. While Blue's taking Blue's taking advantage of this and stacking as much balls as they can on the goals. Red is currently trying to park.
In qualification 27. Okay. After Red was able to get the autonomous win, both teams tried to get more blocks in their goals. With Blue successfully getting 2 blocks in the 2 long goals, there is lots of defense between Red and Blue. Now both teams are prioritizing getting blocks into their goals, with the other Blue robot defending the other robots from hitting the robot that is scoring the most goals. So far, the teams are just mostly focusing on getting more points instead of defending from one another. Now, the red team is starting to attack the blue alliance. The blue team has the majority. Blue team has majority of the points, especially in one of the lawn goals. Now the other blue robot is getting a lot of blocks in the other lawn goal, and the other red robot is trying to deflect from him hitting that many. It seems to be that one of the red robots is stuck and is unable to move. With 20 seconds left, both teams must try to park in order to get extra points. So far, both teams have been able to park successfully.
On qualification 28, on the red lines, we have 9078W, the Dino Nuggets, and 91625G, Brea Bobcats, Crispy Tomatoes. On the blue alliance, on 91625K, we have the Brea Bobcats, Sneaky Golem 67, and 9413E, the 67 Monkey Tears.
I know. Always throwing some fun little ladies.
Autonomous was a tie, and now both teams are trying to score as much as they can. Red has currently put a ball on the lower goal. Blue is trying to get as much balls as in their mechanism. Both blue teams are trying to put balls on the top of goal, while red is trying to do the same as well. Blue is currently trying to put balls into the goal, but red is stopping them. Blocks into the goal, but red is trying as hard as possible to not allow them, while the other red is trying to get blocks into their mechanism and put it into the goals. It seems like blue is stuck on the goal. Oh. Yeah. The other blue team has gotten unstuck now. Wait, no, they're stuck. and red has parked in their box. Well, it seems like blue is stuck with red that's trapped.
In qualification 29, on the Red Alliance, 2822F Spartan Design Fireflies, 84949Y. On the Blue Alliance, it's 2822A Spartan Design Leonites and bro 68689Z Easy to Zubab. Blue has won the autonomous round, and now this game is starting off very aggressive with all of the robots trying to attack each other. They're all moving very fast and mostly trying to defend each other's from getting gold while also trying to store goals themselves. So all robots are like ramming into each other in the corner. Red was able to put some blocks into the middle upper goal, while there's only 1 minute left, and Blue was able to knock down some of Red's blocks from the middle upper goal, while also being able to score some blocks in the long goal. With 20 seconds left, this very aggressive match is coming to an end. But now all robots must try to park. Or unfortunately, it seems like the red team or the Red Alliance's robot has flipped, and now there's only 20 seconds left. So both teams must try to park for those extra bonus points, and both teams were successful.
In qualification 30, on the Red Alliance, we have 94773C Rancho Starbucks and 9078X the Rovengers. On the Blue Alliance, we have 2822E Spartan Design Excalibur and 91625E Brea Bobcats Aknababu.
I don't know. I mean, just try to get an even number of teams and like since you align, you did it before, and you guys align with each other. If you set alliances up, there's a way to get four, then you'd have two alliances. Competition is just in the fall. There's the advance to the spring, so it's the advanced classes that they do to come on now. So a lot of these kids will do it. Some most of them, and then some like this are the LTW will come into advance. So far I have 18, 16 or 17.
Exactly!
And then Steve Academy. But yeah, even numbers always good.
It seems like Autonomous was attacked. Both robots are trying to get blocks into their mechanism and put it on top of the goals. The blue team has successfully done that, while blue team is trying to get as many blocks as they can on the goals so they can get more points on the board, while red team is trying to stop them, playing more a defensive game. is trying to get more blocks on the goal so they get more points. And they have put it in that center, which makes them gain more. While it seems like red and blue are kind of stuck. It seems like red's robot. Oh, never mind. They're moving. And
Qualification 31. It's 9413C, the Raising Caners, and 43125C Eagles. After an autonomous tie, all teams must try to get some points on the board. Fortunately, both teams have been able to get one block into the long roll and are mostly right now focusing on getting points instead of like trying to defend from each team. As blue is in the lead, red is now defending, is trying to block the blue robot from getting more points into the long roll. From once a very calm game has turned very defensive. Most teams focus on getting their own blocks into their goal instead of defending from one another. With 20 seconds left, blue has now parked, and now the red must attempt in order to get extra points. Now the red has also parked along with blue.
for qualification 32, on the red lines we have 51521D reckless drivers and 84949B. On the red lines we have 91625M Brea Bobcats Mitch and 9078Z Zesty Robots. Blue has won the autonomous, and with that, many of the robots are trying to get as much balls in their mechanisms, blocks, sorry, um, to score as many points as they can. It seems like the one of the red robots is playing more of a defensive type of style, trying to stop blue from scoring blocks, while blue on the other side has put more blocks into the upper goal. Red also has put some blocks onto the upper goal, while blues try to stop them from putting more blocks. Blue is trying to score many more points, and they successfully have, while red is trying to do so as well. Red is trying the best as they can to stop blue from scoring, while blue almost flipped. Well, blue is trying to park, and they successfully have, while red is also trying to park in their block. And they have as well.
In qualification 33, on the Red Alliance, 515218 Krispy Kremers, 10301C Night C. On the Blue Alliance, 431258 Eagles, and 2822B Spartan Design Black Hawks. With an autonomous tie, both teams must prioritize getting more blocks and scoring more points. Fortunately, the Blue Alliance was able to score one block into the long goal, while Red and Blue were clashing in the middle. Thankfully, the Red Alliance was able to score some points using the long goal, with the score now tied. Now the teams seem to be playing defensive as the round gets closer in time. Both teams trying to defend the Blue Alliance is trying to defend the red team from getting any more points. The red team is now in the lead with the majority of the blocks in the goal. The blue team was able to knock out 2 of the red team's blocks. Now with 20 seconds left, both teams must park in order to get their bonus points, but also does not interrupt the other team from parking.
On qualification 34, on the red lines, we have 9413B, the Taternators, and A4949C. On the blue alliance, we have 2822F, Spartan Design Fireflies, and 91625G, Brea Bobcats, Crispy Tomatoes. It seems that the Tomlins was a tie, but now blue has successfully stacked blocks onto the upper middle goal. Blue is trying to get more blocks on these goals so they could have a higher advantage. Red has also stacked blocks as well. However, blue is still in the lead with 22-14. Blue is trying to make sure red does not score. Red has knocked some of blue's blocks down, making the score 14-19. Blue is trying to stop them from taking out their blocks so they could score more. And blue has put more blocks. Blue is trying to get more blocks from and stack it. With 20 seconds left, blue is trying the best they can to score more points. Blue seems to be stuck on the other side. Blue has successfully put a lot more on their board and successfully parked.
Just a reminder to all teams that the steals area is able, or is you are able to use the steals area between every match. In qualification 35 on the Red Alliance, Brea Bobcats or 91625E Brea Bobcats at Nut Abu and 68689J Jabron James. On the Blue Alliance, 91625H Brea Bobcats Tachau and 1031A Rainstorm. Blue has won the autonomous round, and now both teams fight to get more points on the board. So far, it seems to be a tie.
66 point round.
But Blue had the autonomous bonus. The red team is able, or was able, to get some blocks in the long roll, and now both teams seem to be playing defensive against each other. The blue team is focusing on getting blocks out of the loader in order to score more points later. The blue and red alliances seem to be clashing near the middle as the blue team tries to deflect from the red team getting any more blocks in the goal. The blue team was able to get more blocks and is now focusing on getting some more out of the loader.
Look at this.
There seem to be many parts lost on the field, which may impact the driver's capability of driving. The blue team was able to knock out some of the red blocks in the bottom goal. With only 13 seconds left, both teams must try to prioritize parking. The blue team was able to successfully park, as the red team still tries to get blocks into their long goal.
That's corny. On qualification 36, on the red lines, we have 94773A Rancho Starbucks and 9413E, the 67 Monkey Tears. On the blue lines, we have 2822D Spartan Design Disney's and 68689Z.
Zapateo.
It seems like Red has won the autonomous round due to something Blue was not able to do in their code. Uh, Red is trying to get as many blocks they can in their robots to score, while Blue is also trying to. They have like a stack of blocks, and they are successfully stacking them on the upper goal. Red is also trying to compete for this goal too as well. They may be going slower than the blue team, but they are sufficient. Seems like blue and red are stuck with a rubber band between the two. Since they cannot get unstuck, they must stay still. Blue is trying to score more blocks into the upper goal with 20 seconds left, still trying to score. Red is trying to park on their block.
In qualification 37, on the Red Alliance is 43125B Eagles and 9413C the Raising Tainers. On the Blue Alliance is 91625F Brea Bobcats Fried Chicken and 51521D Reckless Drivers. In a autonomous tie, both teams must focus on getting some points on the board. So far, one of the robots from the Blue Alliance and one of the Red are trying to defend, while two of the others are trying to score some points. The blue team is focused on getting as many blocks as they can from the loader, as they now have the lead with the most blocks within any goal. So far, both teams are sitting to each other and not having many conflicts. The blue team seems to be prioritizing getting more blocks into their shoots. Ooh. The blue team has been able to get almost the entire long goal filled with their blocks. Unfortunately, the red team seems to be struggling with getting many blocks in their goals. With only 20 seconds left, the red team really has to perform a miracle to win this round. It seems that none of the teams seem to be, now the blue team seems to be parking.
On qualification 38, on the Red Alliance, we have 43125D Eagles and 9078Z Zesty Robots. On the Blue Alliance, we have 51521C Dodger Dogs and 84949Y. It seems like Autonomous was a tie. Blue is trying to score with their putting blocks on the top, the upper goal. Red is gathering blocks and putting them on, while blue is also trying to put their blocks on that goal as well. It seems like blue has tried pushing them away so they can score, while red has stopped them from scoring actually. Blue is trying to find another way to get more points. It seems like this match is very aggressive as red is always trying to stop blue from scoring points, pushing them away. It seems like Red's robot is. Oh, Red's robot wheel came off, and the other robot is stuck. And
In qualification 39, on the Red Alliance is 10301C Knight C and 9413D Team Invincible. On the Blue Alliance is 68689X Fantastic Four and 9413A The Jolly Bees. With an autonomous tie, both teams must try to get as many blocks into the goals as they can. So far, it seems the teams are focusing on defense, as 0 blocks have been scored, although Red had a good attempt, although it flew through the other side. The teams seem to be clustered towards the middle, trying to defend from each side. The blue team was successfully able to get 1 block into the long goal, and now there are only 1 red and 1 blue block in the lower goal. With both teams seem to prioritize the defense. Unfortunately, it seems like one of the red robots is stuck. This becomes an advantage for the blue team. With only 14 seconds, both teams must attempt to park in order to get those extra points. The blue team was able to park. You want to do it? I can do it.
Thank you for all the teams that have tried the skills field, but as of right now, the field is currently closed. So if you didn't have the chance to try it today, please, you could try it next match. Thank you.
Again, the steals field is now closed.
For qualification 40, on the red lines we have 51251A, Krispy Kremers, and 68689B. On the blue lines we have 43125E, Eagles, and 9078W, the Dino Nuggets. red has won the autonomous round, and now both teams are trying to get as much points as they can. Red is taking advantage and trying to stack these blocks onto the upper goal, while blue is trying to stop red from scoring. Blue is currently doing the most they can by pushing around so they won't score, while red has almost completely filled the upper goal with all red blocks. Blue is playing more of the defensive game, trying to push them out of the way from scoring. What? It seems like one of the blue bots are stuck and are not able to move, while both teams are trying to put their bots in the parking space, ready to help their teammate, pushing them in the parking space. And that's it.
Welcome to the 2025-2026 VEX V5 Robotics Competition, and this year's game, Pushback. Pushback is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by two alliances, one red and one blue, made up of two teams each. The primary scoring object is a plastic block. Blocks have 18 sides and measure approximately 3 1/4 inches from any flat surface to its opposite flat surface. There are a total of 88 blocks in each match, 44 red and 44 blue. Blocks can be obtained either from their field starting locations or from one of the 4 loaders that begin pre-populated with 6 blocks each, 3 of each color. There are 4 scoring locations in Pushback, 2 long goals, 1 on each side of the field, and 2 center goals, an upper and a lower. All 4 scoring locations can be used by either alliance. Points are scored by placing blocks inside of goal.
With an autonomous tie, both teams must try to get some points on the board. The red team is successful in getting multiple blocks in each goal, while the blue team seems to be struggling on... Oh, there seems to be an entanglement. Oh, he's been freed. The blue team seems to be struggling with getting many points, although they might be... There's another entanglement. The blue team might be strategizing only to defend from the red, getting more goals as they struggle to, or even not even attempt to get many goals or many points, many blocks in the goals. The red team seems to be struggling to avoid all of blue's defensive moves. It, with only 12 seconds left, both teams must prioritize parking in order to gain more points.
On qualification 42, on the red lines, we have 2822C Spartan Design Capybaras and 94773B Rancho Starbucks. On the blue lines, we have 84949B and 91625K Brea Bobcat Sneaky Golem 67.
All right, so as we wrap up our last couple of matches here, first of all, thank you to our high school volunteers. Can we give them a big round of applause? And thanks also to all of the parents who've been helping, especially the Brea and STEAM parents. A round of applause for them. We have a little more work to do in terms of cleaning up than we usually do. So Brea and STEAM parents, if you could stay, anyone else willing to stay and help us break down fields, it would be much appreciated. Thanks again, and we'll see you on December 13th.
It seems that Thomas was a tie, and both teams are trying to get as much points as they can on the board. Blue is trying to stop red from scoring, while the other blue robot is trying the best they can to put the blocks in the goal. It seems like their red and blue are they ripped a rubber band off their. It seems like red and blue are fighting for the same goal, trying to score. seems like red and blue are kind of stuck together, while blue got untangled. Blue is trying to put blocks on the upper goal so they can get more points. Red is doing the best they can to stop them. And it seems like blue is stuck in the goal.
In qualification 43, on the red alliance is 2822A, Spartan Design Leonades, and 41258 Eagles. On the blue alliance is 94773C, Rancho Starbots, and 10301B, Knights B. As blue won the autonomous round, the red team must catch up with hitting as many blocks as they can. It seems that blue is trying to pin red, while the other two bots try to score as many points as possible. With blue in the lead due to their autonomous and having 5 separate balls in the goals, well, the red alliance was able to knock down one of blue's bots from the long roll. The blue team was able to get an additional 3 blocks into the long roll, which helps their chances. As blue was able to get some of their blocks in between the 2 white lines, that ensures that they would have more points. With now the red team focusing on defending from the blue, each team struggles in trying to get more blocks in their goal. With only 20 seconds left, the blue alliance must leave the area the red team was able to knock out many of blue's blocks from the long goal.
For the last qualification, on the red lines, we have 91625M Brea Bobcats Mitch and 2822B Spartan Design Black Hawks. On the blue alliance, we have 51521E Mango and 9078X The Rovengers. Red has won the autonomous round, taking advantage and putting as much blocks as they can onto the upper goal. Blue is trying to stop red from scoring more. Wow. All the red is trying to put more blocks on the upper goal. Blue is trying to score. Oh, they successfully scored on the lower goal, while the other blue is defending the upper goal, trying to stop them from scoring. Red has knocked out the blue block and has put their own colored block onto there, and has successfully put another block on the upper goal. Blue is trying to get more blocks out on the field so they could score. Blue is trying to stop red. With 20 seconds left, red is successfully put more blocks on the upper goal, putting 3 blocks between those 2 white lines. And now they're trying to park in the square,